What's going on, everybody? Rob here, aka Trave 2323, coming to check out Christian Mendez making a formal payment for him working on my son's, what is this, a 2002 Chevy Avalanche? 2003 Chevy Avalanche right here. Big old truck. We're gonna try to do some body work on it also this year, so keep an eye out for that. There's the big girl right there, up and running still. Damn, they all blocked in. I can't even get through here. This is my son, the welder, Carl. Hey Carl. Hey Carl. That's not his name. Kyle. Hey, where's he at? Oh man, he got a nice socket set. And he had to use a torch already to get it out.
He's about to come grab some more.
Grab some more what?
Got to get the socket for this here in order to do the ball joint, and then a couple sockets for the back to take the brakes off.
Okay, the caliper. And then you need a new tie rod?
Yeah.
There's a tie rod right there. That had to come out. And then your shocks are busted.
Yeah, I gotta get new shocks.
Shocks are, at least yours are way easier than mine. Can you hit that nut from the top? Normally you break it off.
Probably. If I take the guard out.
Now this is a 2003 Chevy Avalanche.
Yeah.
And what's going on right here is the tie rod was screwed up and the ball joint is shot right in there. The ball joint shot. Okay, so what were you feeling when it was happening?
About 3 or 4 days ago, I started feeling like a vibration once I hit about 35-40 miles an hour. Called Christian. Christian basically lifted up, took a look, let me know what's going on with it. Told me tie rod, ball joint. Tie rod's gonna get done on driver and passenger. Ball joint's only on the driver's side.
Okay, there's Christian right there. They got some form of payment right there for you underneath. So, is it as bad as he thought it was gonna be, or what?
Oh yes, a little bad. We gotta go get some sockets.
You gotta get some. What size sockets you need?
A 36, an 18.
A 36 and an 18.
Yeah.
Can't help you with the 36.
Good thing I got a good connection with the parts guy.
Oh, all right. Well, they gotta go with some parts, so should have called me later. Knucklehead.
We didn't know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, y'all go get some parts, and if you want, and then I'll stand here and I'll have a beer. Well, since I'm waiting for them to go get a part, I guess I will have a Modelo. Although I don't have no sponsors, it'll be nice to get a sponsor like this. They're going to get a 36-inch socket so they could take the disc off or the hub off or whatever the hell they're going to take off. I'll let you know as soon as they get back. See, there's big boy toys right there. It's 36-inch to get that off. Now, what is that extra? 36 millimeter. But what is that does the nut get take off? The whole rotor?
That's the axle.
That's the axle?
That's the axle. That's the motor wheel.
Aha.
Yeah, I gotta take off the brakes, the caliper, the rotor, and I have to take off the nut for the upper ball joint too.
Now, does that ball joint, they have to be pressed?
The bottom one, yes.
The bottom one, yes?
Yes.
And you got a super duper trick for that?
I have the tool that presses it in.
Don't pull it too hard. A Mac Tools is 1,200 pounds of torque. The gun's about 350, but it fits a D-wall. What? Little tricks you can learn.
Or put on your bearing. Is this some ghetto shit? No, they weld it straight to the wire harness. You're supposed to have it connected. Yo.
What nut are you taking out now?
For the upper ball joint.
The upper ball joint?
No, don't take it all the way out. I gotta hit. It's just the controller's gonna shoot up right now.
Oh, okay.
And if you take it out, it's gonna go pop. Watch.
Oh, you break the tension on it?
Yeah. This way.
Alright, right here the upper ball joint was kept spinning, so they couldn't get the nut out. So that's why we were trying to put pressure on the upper ball joint to put enough pressure to stop it from spinning. Although my son was a little bit too light for the pressure, once I got on it, we were getting enough pressure to get that ball out, the nut out for the upper ball joint. What kind of cars for Christian?
Since 14.
Since
When I
14?
graduated high school.
What's your favorite car?
Definitely a Chevy. I will not work on Ford. I hate working on Fords.
Really?
They're a pain in the butt.
You know, if I make it big on YouTube, you know what I want to do? I want to put the new Cummins, was it a 4-cylinder,
yeah,
6-cylinder?
Yeah.
I want to put that
in the
yeah, and that. But you know what? We got to get one from Texas or California.
Oh yeah.
Man, that one shot underneath.
Can't go wrong with it coming.
Oh man, that new one, it got better MPG and you got passing power with it.
You can't go wrong with the Cummins.
The old 4BTs. Oh, you know what?
You gotta have it hooked up to the engine warmer.
Yeah, the new one's got that little, like, it's like a little engine warmer. Want me to hold it down and you check?
Put it on the
Some heavier one, try.
You got a little ring around the end.
Okay.
It's made of plastic.
Not even online?
I haven't tried online yet.
Sorry, my fat butt right here put the camera in my pocket so I could push on the crowbar for them. So I've got enough tension so we could get the nut off.
There we go. See? Oh, we need it. Make sure you get my good side, right?
We got the.
Oh, so is it recording? No, stop.
Yeah, it's still recording.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Good?
Yeah.
Okay. So what that needed was more weight on the top because it kept spinning right there.
What's your name?
Just gonna hit it. I'll start with that.
Aha, look at that.
Oh, there's keyways on it.
Yeah. And that's the ball joint that's bad right there.
So this one, when you take it out, make sure you take this thing off. This is the original ones. You take this off, the little, see the little tabs I got right here?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's just to secure it on the arm. Just lift them off a little.
We live in Chicago where there's a lot of salt in these streets and it rusts the crap out of everything. Okay, so the retaining ring was completely rusted on where it couldn't come off. So what he did was he supported the bottom, not the bottom ball joint, the bottom A-arm. He supported it with the jack. And then with the ball peen hammer, he pushed the bottom ball joint through. And that's something that I would not have known. That's something that only, you know, with a mechanic, it's if you got somebody right out of school, they're not gonna know stuff like that. Somebody right out of school is gonna know textbook. They're not gonna know that they worked on 10, 20, 30. How much cars do you think you worked on?
Over.
Yeah, and that's how you know all the tricks, because you've done it before. You've been there, you've done it, you got it out. Look, that's big boy toys.
Some overly expensive sequence.
Yeah.
Overly expensive sequence.
Now, when a mechanic tells you got to press your ball joint, is that the same thing as you're doing here, or that's
I'm
something
pressing
different?
it in right now.
You're pressing it?
You
Yeah.
can use
The socket.
So when they tell you they got to charge you extra because they got to press your ball joint, or they got to take it somewhere to have your ball joint pressed.
Yeah, this is what they mean, because they gotta press it in. Some ball joints, they got your screws. Like your van, you got screws on top. You take the
Okay.
screws off and the ball joint comes off. They don't have to take the spindle off. They don't got to do none of this extra stuff.
Aha. So when somebody told me they got to take my ball joint to be pressed, they were lying.
Not
The
necessarily.
bottom one has to be pressed in, the
Okay.
top one though.
Damn, just that easy. Look at that.
Just like that. Now where's this?
Christian, you got to get your name for you could get your own line of everything.
I'm trying.
Where's the knife?
So there is a retention ring on the top of it.
There's some special tools, pliers for that. It
Yeah.
opens it up, but I left them at the shop, so.
Again, if you would let me know what I brought.
Man, Christian, you made that look so dang easy. And that's the tie rod that was
Yeah.
bad?
You got the box down by you, right?
Yeah.
Why is it bad?
Well, it got play on it. Well, you can't see it really much when it's off, but see how it goes in and out a little bit?
Yeah.
It can't go in and out like that. It has to be solid. So this, if it's going in and out of that after so much, it just pops out and then your wheel goes wherever it wants to go.
That's when you see the cars on the side of the road
Yeah.
with it turned all the way.
Tire completely. I got the top right here.
This one I do. I don't take this one off. I leave it where it is.
What's the grease zerk for?
It's right here.
Oh.
So I leave it where it's at, so you don't have to take it to alignment. So it will be as
okay.
close to straight as it was, because I'm assuming the car was driving straight.
Yeah, well, basically
You
straight.
still gotta take it to alignment, but
Yeah.
it's gonna drive as straight as you can. I don't have the shot.
And you know him, he's not gonna take it to get it aligned.
Yeah,
He's
so I'm
gonna
gonna leave it as well.
he know my son's gonna drive it like that for
Once he's looking for tires, it's gonna damn, I should take it to alignment.
he needs to have
$300 on a tire.
his focus. He needs to have the back freaking
Both tires in the back are cambered out.
Why?
well he got he got
No, I
hit,
got
yeah.
rear-ended.
Oh, you got hit?
I got rear-ended on
That car needs priest, bro.
Who you telling? Because every accident I've ever been in has never been my fault.
You better knock on wood, knock on something, find something.
Knock on glass, save my ass.
Where's the box for the... Where you got the greaser for that?
Nope, that's all that came with it. I told you it was open.
So go to the store when you get a chance, buy a greaser feed.
Okay.
They sell a box for like $2. If you have extra play in it.
You sure it's not up top, Pa?
No,
I know it's
not because the bag was open.
Oh,
Where's the bag?
it's up top right here.
Oh. Yeah.
Aha.
Someone needed a grease zerk. That's what happened.
Pretty much. Yeah, you gotta do that though, because water will get in here and then it's gonna happen the same thing that happened to this.
Okay. I got grease zerks at work. I got big grease zerks like that.
then you can put it in. Yeah, just put it in down. That's what we get. Hold on.
Here.
Bend it.
The top down.
Oh, kind of self-lines itself.
Ever.
Line that one up.
Now, would this top one be as hard or easier to get in if you needed that one replaced?
This one is pressing too, but it's a lot easier because you just gotta take this one off. You don't have to take it on the bottom.
Oh.
So basically, once this is
Or if he wants to save some trouble, he buys the whole arm.
Assembly?
Yeah. Just take 2 nuts right here.
Oh, we're talking about.
But that's when you gotta.
It's how much you want to spend. Pretty much. It's your
No,
budget.
but that's also when you take those top ones off. Don't you gotta worry about those alignment pins?
Yeah.
See, I kind of half-ass know what I'm talking about.
Did a little research.
I've been known to.
I wanted to rebuild the whole front end of my van.
And then when you're saying you want to put Moog on everything.
Well, you had moved.
I got Moog on it right now, but I want to do the A-arms.
Oh shit! I did.
Yeah, I got Moog on the van right now, but. What size castle nuts are those?
The bottom one?
Yeah. It's whatever's on the gun right
whatever's
now.
on the gun.
15, 16, or 24. Depends if you're using metric or standard. Working or should I use the jack?
I know I shouldn't even be getting too close to him. I was worried about my grandson. I'm the YouTuber, dude. I'm the one with the van over there. That one right there.
What do? You just literally just record what you do every day?
Yeah. Man, I thought with the COVID-19 I'd be making more money. I'm making less money. I said Google donated all that money. I said, man, it sounds like they make $200 less a month, but since the COVID-19, you figure I'd be making more.
Nah, dude. Everything's growing. Everything's so different, bro. Everything changed so fast.
All right, so they're done right here at this point. They're putting the caliper back on, but it took like 20 minutes. It's unreal. This guy, like, he took the tie rod out. He took the ball joint out. He replaced the lower ball joint. He replaced the tie rod on the Avalanche. Had to take the caliper out. I mean, it was pretty cool watching. I know I need better light, but if you're doing this on your own, I mean, just look at it, slow it down, some tips and some tricks on what he did and how to get that lower ball joint out. That was the main one. And when he popped the A-arm out, he didn't take the screw all the way down. He hit it with the ball peen hammer to pop it loose before he took the nut out. But it started spinning, the retaining ring, so he had to put a lot of pressure on it to get that off. And he took it with a crescent wrench off the top one. But either way, right now he's putting the caliper on and everything's done. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, share. Next time I'm going to have some better light. I'm going to take my Craftsman light with me.